this guy that I worked with gave me this really cool headband. And it's really, sweatband, it's really nice. It's got this plastic strip that works kind of like a squeegee and goes right here and kind of works as like a gutter for your sweat, see? So it pulls it over to the sides. It's really effective. And I was actually kind of bummed because it's red and all my bike is blue and my helmet is blue, my gloves are blue. I was really getting into the blue thing, and this guy gave it to me for Christmas and it was red, and I was going to take it back and it still had the Meridian cycle tag on it, but then Josh found it and took Addison's bottle, was making droplets on it, thought it was pretty cool, the pattern she was making. So I couldn't take it back as new, I just couldn't bring myself to do that. And some other guy started sweating and smell formula and try to freak out about what happened to my chemistry. So I'm wearing this thing and it's great, right? Because it's making a seal, but if you work hard enough, you can fill it up. And I'm working hard enough that sweat starts coming down in my eyes anyway. So now I'm climbing this hill, working my tail off. By this point, all three have left me, okay? They have gone on ahead to make sure that the road is clear. I appreciate this. And so the sweat's coming down in my eyes, and so now, you know what happens when sweat gets in your eyes? You can't see. So I'm trying to wipe out with my cool gloves. If you have cycling gloves, I don't understand them. They go to here, so if you wipe out, you tear up your fingers, but not your hands. That doesn't make sense to me either, but they look cool. And so I'm trying to wipe the sweat out of my eyes, and you know how when you go and wipe sweat, your other eye goes naturally closed at the same time? So it was either that or the sweat that was in the eye. I'm not sure which, but I closed my eyes while I'm climbing. I'm not going to stop, okay? Because I'm climbing, and I'm going all of like 4.5 miles an hour. Okay, maybe it was 5.5 at that point. And so I don't want to lose my momentum, because I'm cruising, you know. And so both eyes are closed, and I learned this really important lesson. Keep your eye on where you're going. Because I opened up my eyes to see that I was in grass. Which is really scary for a multitude of reasons. One, I'm climbing a mountain. Thank God it wasn't like by the cliffside. Secondly, because I'm a cool biker, I have bike shoes. Bike shoes clip into the pedals and lock your feet in. This is called smart. Now, if you think about it, you can usually get your foot out okay, but when in panic, sometimes you just go naturally, which is straight up, which means the bike thinks, oh, he's trying to pedal harder, so it doesn't let your foot out. And so I'm going to wipe out and crash and be attached to my bike as I go over into this nasty stuff on the side of the road, and because I wasn't looking where I was going. And fortunately, I did jerk my foot out and got down, and I stopped. I learned a really important lesson. Keep looking where you're going. The second lesson that I learned is, that I've been learning with cycling in general, is stop stopping. Because it takes a lot of time. Keep riding. Yesterday I went 30-some miles, didn't go to Emmett. And I didn't stop at all, and there was no snack time. I packed snacks just in case, because it's always good to be prepared. I am a Boy Scout. But I didn't stop. I'm like, yes, I made great time. I didn't stop. I didn't get distracted along the side of the road. About 5 years ago, we launched the experience. The project started about a year and a half before that. We started the experience with a passion to make a spiritual family for people who really aren't sure about traditional church. We knew there were some things that we needed to have to make that work. We needed to have really great music. We needed to have a ministry to children, because children learn in different ways than adults do. And we wanted to minister directly to kids. And we wanted to come alongside parents as they were raising children to resource them and to help them in the spiritual development, not just to get the kids out of the worship service. We're a pretty flexible place here, and people are loud. We don't care too much most of the time. But we wanted kids to learn at their own pace, and parents to have the freedom to learn at the same time. We knew that we wanted to be meeting together in groups, building relationships, and it was amazing how this thing launched in the early days. The pre-launch meetings that Merle was talking about, small groups that met before we launched, and with a vision, a united vision how relationships built that are strong to this day. and have a bedrock that are very, very life-changing that started years ago because of a shared passion and a shared vision. And we're celebrating today where God has brought us because it's happened. This place is amazing. And I think sometimes it's easy for me, and probably for you too, to forget how unique what God is doing is in this place. Sometimes it takes going somewhere else or missing being here and going, wait a second, I forgot how special this thing that God has created in this, by this little group of funky people. We started with a passion for reaching out beyond ourselves. A passion for making a difference in the community. Would people around us know if we existed or not? Would we impact their lives? And we started out with silly things like Memorial Day and Labor Day barbecues in the park, which have blown up. Where Memorial Day we served 1,000, 1,500 people out, and that was a lot of people in the park. Ministering to the needs of community and relationships. Being a place that I've heard people say more than once, man, the experience is a place that I feel comfortable bringing my friends. I'm not worried about what they're going to experience when they show up. A place that is focused on people coming here and experiencing God here, maybe even if it's for the first time. Where people who are really a part of the Experience family come here on Saturday morning to work. To minister because they know someone's going to come. And how many times have we heard people say, man, I got loved on here, I got connected here, somebody greeted me, I can't believe how many times I got greeted here. One of my favorite stories is when Tom and Michelle, pastors from another area, came and got asked if we could help them find a seat about 7 and 8, 9 times. And they had just driven a long time and didn't want to sit down. And no one was rude saying, you need to sit down. Just, hey, you need to find a place, I'll help you find a place. Or they're like, dude, what's wrong with your people? We couldn't sit down and we couldn't stand up in peace.